We have a campaign called Knit One, Save One, and it's a campaign to engage knitters and crocheters across America to make a cap for a newborn overseas. A cap is a very essential tool for newborn babies to help keep them warm, especially if they're a low birth weight and they don't have access to things like caps and blankets and incubators. So this is something that every American can do to contribute their time and energy and creativity that can really have a life-saving impact on newborns.
I am making baby hats for babies in Africa to keep their heads warm so they will live and not die.
We live in such a me-centered time where it's kind of an I deserve it, I want it, I deserve it kind of thing. This is absolutely turning it outside and saying, what if it were we-centered? What if it were, let's work on this together? I can teach teamwork and cooperation, perseverance, and caring. You know, thinking with your heart, looking outside of yourself and saying, how can I make a difference out there? How can I fill a need, something so small like knitting, so that somebody else's life is better because of me? When I took Elizabeth Warwick with me to DC 2 years ago to lobby on Capitol Hill, she and I got to meet with the First Lady's staff, and we left one of Elizabeth's hat with the First Lady's Chief of Staff. And in the end, when they asked Elizabeth, how did it feel to leave your handiwork with the First Lady? And she kind of hemmed and hawed and said, you know, it was okay, I guess, but I really made that hat for a baby. And oh man, a project with a purpose to think, okay, First Lady, a baby. First Lady, a baby. And it's not about who you are, it's about, I guess, who you can become. And she wasn't all about that status, she was all about character and action.
I knitted this baby hat for babies who don't have any hats to keep their head warm when it comes to be winter, and I knitted this hat with love.
Right now, about 10 million children, a little less than 10 million children die every year before the age of 5. But of that number, about 4 million die the first month of life, and of that, about half, 2 million, die the very first day. So we know that there are things that we can change that first day and that first month of life that can really make a difference.
I feel like I've made a difference in a lot of people's lives, and I'm going to keep knitting baby hats and for as long as I live. I feel good because those babies have tiny heads, so we knit these little hats and save their lives, so it feel really good to save their lives. I was just thinking, if I survived through when I was a baby, I think they should too.
The Westwood Elementary kids are making a tremendous impact, not only in the lives of newborns in the developing countries that will be receiving these caps, but in the way that schools and communities work together to really solve problems and be a part of the solution for some of the major global issues that we're facing. They're taking their time and their creativity, and I know a lot of kids have even had some barriers to overcome to complete their caps and to stay engaged in this project. But their patience and their perseverance has allowed them to make caps that will go on the heads of newborn babies, but also it's teaching them to be to work individually and to work together to really make a difference in this world. And there are other components to this campaign. One is a political component where the kids are actually writing letters to President-elect Obama saying, I made my cap, what are you going to do? And that's a fantastic way to get kids involved in civil society and being able to learn that their voice matters in this country and their voice can actually make a huge difference for a lot of people that tend to be voiceless in this world.
Dear President-elect Obama, in Knitting Club we are making baby hats for poor babies to keep their heads warm. I am happy that you're the president because you are making programs for the people that need help in their life.
Dear President-elect Obama, I'm a student in Westwood, Friendswood, Texas. I've learned how to knit to help newborn babies by making them hats. I'm making hats for babies because I believe they should survive, not die.
Our hope is that children dying of treatable and preventable causes in this day and age will be the exception, not the norm.